You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we got a couple things involving Aaron Rodgers here. Number one, I guess you can call it a hint. He basically comes right out and says he's going to be going to Chicago this year to play as a visiting team coming in. And we also got him absolutely ruling out with no mercy the New Orleans Saints. There was a lot of speculation when Derek Carr's quote-unquote injury surfaced that maybe Aaron Rodgers would consider the New Orleans Saints. Now, why would he even consider it? My first thought would be weak division, and they play indoors, all right? And, I mean, you've got Chris Olave there. You've got Alvin Kamara. It's not like the Saints are devoid of talent, all right? But he has firmly ruled it out, and it's because he doesn't want to live in Louisiana, all right? And he just comes right out and says it. I don't want to live there. Hey, I get it. I'm in Texas. I don't want to live there either, okay? I don't want to live there either. When free agent quarterback Aaron Rodgers recently said he could be joining a team that, quote, might play in Chicago this year, the obvious inference was that Rodgers was referring to the Steelers. But another team to which Rodgers has been linked also has a 2025 regular season game at Soldier Field, the Saints. Via Tina Howe of CanalStreetChronicles.com, Rodgers separately said during the same Q&A session at a Mike Stud concert, all right, that he's not interested in joining the Saints. Asking if he'd ever considered joining the Saints, playing for the Saints, Rodgers quickly said, quote, no. He then said that the answer, I played there a couple of times, but no, I'm too old. I don't want to live in Louisiana. Sorry. I think part of that, too, when he says I'm too old, it could possibly be something to do with, look, New Orleans is sort of a party town. It is a party town. And he may be like, I'm at a space in my life. I just don't want to do certain things. He probably wants to be in a different, I guess Pittsburgh is a place he's familiar with, that there's some gravitational pull there. I don't know exactly. Part of it, too, is, look, Mike Tomlin is a proven Super Bowl winning coach. Now, he ain't got there in many a year, and I get that, but he gets his teams, come hell or high water, they make the playoffs. And I'm sure there's a certain amount. I mean, if it was me, if I was Aaron Rodgers, I'd look Kellen Moore, Mike Tomlin. I don't even have to think about that. I'm going to play for Mike Tomlin. All right? I just am. That leaves the Saints with Tyler Shuck, Spencer Rattler. Why are we still doing Spencer Rattler? Jake Hayner. Oh, boy. To do battle in camp for the starting job. Unless they add a current free agent like Ryan Tannehill, trade for a veteran in a crowded house, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Jameis Winston, for instance, or pounce on someone else who inevitably gets cut. Well, it's a little odd that they haven't brought in a veteran, an old guy. I think, to be quite honest, trading for Jameis Winston makes some sense. I said it the other day. That city, loves Jameis Winston. So him being back on a roster down there, it does make some sense. All right. So anyway, this references back to the Chicago trip. The 41-year-old was asked if he'd name the team. He said, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm going to check it out. Rodgers said with a smirk on his face. So that's him just coming right out and saying, look, I'm going to Chicago at some point this year to play football. It's not going to be with the Saints. And Pittsburgh's got to go to Chicago, and they got to play there. So that makes all the sense in the world. It does. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. A lot of people are tired of the Aaron Rodgers waiting game situation. But again, the other day we heard that personal matters. There was things coming out that multiple people in his life may have cancer, may be battling cancer, and he's highly involved in those situations. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, well, in fact, he actually talked about that during the Joe Rogan podcast. He actually says that that he didn't say that's why he's not with the team yet, but he said he was involved in that, and so yeah, you can kind of understand why he's not around yet. Plus, he didn't want to go to minicamp, so he didn't want the spotlight being on him of, hey, I'm with the team, but guess what? Now he's not at minicamp, so that becomes a story. Now, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers has considered this. Aaron Rodgers not signing yet and being with the Steelers is also a damn story. All right? I mean, it just is. And I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. You know? I think people are going to be shocked how well I think he plays better than he played last year. It wouldn't shock me if we look up end of year, if Rodgers can stay healthy and he's thrown for 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns, and I don't know, 8 or 10 picks maybe, and they win 11 games. That I don't think that's with DK Metcalf and Pat Freiermuth and running backs. I don't think that's far-fetched at all. With that roster, I think that's doable for the Steelers. You know, maybe they can make it all the way to the AFC Championship game. I brought up the other day, once you make the playoffs, you never know what's going to happen. You know, I mean, Patrick Mahomes fractures an ankle. Well, holy shit, you got a clean shot right to the Super Bowl. You know, it's you never know. Good teams have randomly bad years all the time. Dallas Cowboys just had a dumpster fire of a year after what? Winning 12 games 3 years in a row or something like that. So it does happen, and if that happens, it opens the door. The Bengals didn't make the playoffs last year. Steelers did. Tell me what you think. When is Aaron Rodgers showing up? It's going to be around OTAs, I think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.